And it's your girl, your host, Sohria Alexander. And welcome to the Sohria Alexander Show. How are you today, my sweet people? Welcome to all my fans listening in Radio Land, Liberty 92.3 FM. And also to my Facebookers and my YouTubers, I say thank you. And to my diverse community on Facebook, listening to what I have to give from all over the world, Nigeria, Australia, Pakistan, India, England, the United States of America, Canada, and so many other countries, Iraq. So many people are following me, and not only my show, but my page, the Sohria Alexander page, Sohria Alexander, and interacting with me. I want to say thank you for keeping my page busy. It's very, 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 very busy, very exciting, because I am one who is very controversial. I do not say what people want me to say. I say things to allow you to think. It is so wonderful. I don't know what is happening. I know December, January is usually like the cold season, flu season, and I was feeling a little strange. I'm like, why am I not feeling like that? My nose was running. So I said, you ain't gonna run. So I decided to take something and feeling upbeat because I like to be upbeat. But remember, when the body says to rest, you rest. Okay, and again, remember, you can support my show. You can support my show. The link is pinned at the bottom of the page. My producer always show the buy me a coffee at the top of the show when I'm speaking. This is not a scam. You can go in there, buy your 3 US coffee or coffees, excuse me, or you can become a member and support me monthly. Buy Me a Coffee is a world-renowned brand, and it is used by 800,000 creators. So support me as coming here to speak to you. And this is a good way that you can come to speak to people, and they in turn will say, I really appreciate what she is doing, and support me. And thanks for all the coffees. Thanks to my silent sponsors. Thanks to all of you. Because tonight, we're going hard. What we doing tonight? We're going hard. Because Sohria Alexander, also known as AKA Soso, is here to put some sense into the heads of St. Lucians. Well, not all that are so gullible, but to those who are blinded when truth is before them. I am here to speak to you on scamming. Because one thing with me, do not lie on me. I don't like liars, and I do not like thieves. Because even the Bible says to you that the thief comes to steal and to destroy. The thief comes silently into your house to steal and to destroy and to kill you. But you must be on guard. You must be on guard as to what is taking place around you. And as I said, my show is a show to keep you instead, right? To keep you instead as to what you as a person should know. Now, I am going to show you a flyer so you will have an idea as to what I am speaking about. Because we need to be careful. We need to be careful with what we do or what we get involved in. Now, you know we have a bad precedence in this country. We believe that it is only the guys outside with a gun, bow, 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 killing each other, or doing their mass robbery, their heights at banks or different places. They are not the only thieves. Now, let me tell you, scammers. Let me tell you about scammers. And it is unbelievable to see educated people are being conned out of their noses, and they cannot recognize that they are being conned. But we will show you why they cannot recognize that. And anybody throughout the world, as I always say, can learn from what I am going to tell you tonight. There will always be crime in this world because somebody always believes they can outsmart somebody. And when you take people money or you scam them and then they find out you have really cost them thousands or hundreds of dollars, what do you think will happen? Where are the honest people in this world? Scammers contact you out of the blue. You did not solicit them, they contact you out of the blue. Scammers make it sound too good to be true. Oh yes, scammers ask for your personal information. Scammers want you to wire money. Scammers tell you to keep it a secret. Shh, keep it a secret. Don't tell anybody. Scammers claim there is an emergency. What emergency? This person is not your child. This person is not your husband. This person is not a close relative. But it is urgent. I need the money. I need the money. Zella money for me. I need the money. You know, MoneyGram, Western Union, send the money, wire transfer, deposit it on my bank account. You mean to tell me that intelligent people cannot recognize the signs of a scammer? Get out of here. And then they sit there with evidence that this is a scammer, but still support the scammer. And then we want to come and beat up the young people. What are you doing? What example are you? We have business owners, we have ex-bankers, we have women with PhDs, we have CEOs, and we have those with BSc, BA, whatever, supporting something that is criminal. There is an urgency. I need the money. How many times must you be fooled before you realize it's a trap and it is a scam? Because what scammers do, especially if they're out there in the open, they wouldn't want others to know what you have done for them by giving them money, because they do not want the other people to know that, you know, it's a scamming ring. I scam you, I scam this one. Our young people are laughing. Our young people are laughing to see grown-ups, even if they may not comment and say anything. They are laughing to see grown-ups. Grown-ups that want to be or were or are in positions supporting something that is not righteous, that is not just, that is not true. And as I've always said, look at my show. I've done 2 previous shows, and I always ask people to buy a coffee, become a member to support the show monthly. You're supporting the show. We're not asking you to send donations to make hampers for people, for less fortunate people. We are not telling you to send your money because there's an old lady or old ladies or when I mean old, y'all know what I mean, no disrespect, or older gentlemen that need medical care or has to undergo a surgery. So when you come and you buy me a coffee, you're buying it for me. When you buy stars, I'm going to use Natuki as an example. When you buy stars for Natuki, you buy it for him so he can continue his craft. We didn't come and lie to you and say, buy the coffee because it's a donation. I want to make $10,000 to send somebody to do a surgery. No, you support me so that I can continue the show. It's a financial assistance to the show. There is no con in this, but the con is that when people can use others because they are craving to be wanted, they are craving to share the same ideology, that anything that looks like their ideology or what they believe in, they will gravitate towards it. That is when you are considered someone who cannot think. Someone who can think usually take 10 steps backwards. And that is what I did with my last two shows. I took 10 steps backwards and rebranded. My Buy Me a Coffee is still there, but I rebranded the show so I can speak to the souls of many, not only St. Lucians, but many. Most con artists, most scammers, what they do, they manipulate you. They manipulate you. They take your confidence from you and take it for themselves. So you, in your own thinking, cannot reason to see the trap you have fallen into. And this is why many people are conned. I want it. Oh, I believe in you. This is my ideology. I believe in that. You have the same ideology with me. So I am here with my ideology and you believe in it. So I will manipulate you. I will remove your confidence from you and put it in me and make you believe in me. I will manipulate you. Then we ask ourselves the very hard questions. Why is society so crooked? And we are quick to say, oh, it's the ghetto youths. It's the boys and the blokes. Right? Why you think the ghetto youth and the boys on the block do not take us seriously? Because we support crime. We support scammers, con artists openly for the world to see. And you believe we are going to have a better society? You got to think again. We cannot have a society when the people who are supposed to know better embrace scammers. And what the scammers did, they will attack bona fide shows, bona fide and legit ways for creators to make revenue from their shows and come to say to you, buy me a coffee. It's not legit or it's a con. What scammers do, they are very crafty and cunning to make you, they remove you out of your reality and put you in theirs. So you have lost all your marbles, all reasoning, all common sense, and now you have gravitated to them and you cannot come out from their claws. This is called witchcraft. This is called witchcraft. Because St. Lucia is supposed to be a Christian country. St. Lucia is supposed to be a Christian country. I am starting to wonder if we are a Christian country, because we cannot be so bold to be supporting wrongdoing without calling it out. Who is going to take you seriously if you do not call out what is wrong? So it tells me that we have a very weak and feeble society in terms of thinking for themselves. You must never be afraid to stand up alone and say, this is wrong, I am not supporting things that are wrong. Our society already is plagued with all sorts of social ills. Why should I support something so openly? Then you understand why in various organizations, governments, etc., why we will have all these corruption. Because you know why? People are bold enough to show you, I have the evidence in front of me, but I'm still supporting corruption. Let that sink in. Let it sink in. Sink for a while. Let it sink in. And I cannot believe people who go through the various denominations, because we have a host of denominations in St. Lucia, that they go to church, whether it's on a Saturday and Sunday, lift their hands, praise God, and they support wrongdoing. If you are a child of God, you cannot support wrongdoing. And this is why I changed the outlook and everything of my show. Because when you are seasoned and mature in your thinking, you cannot stay in the abyss. You will arise from it. I'm talking to you tonight that you know the signs. Always in emergency, I want money. And the other thing about it, we will come and ask for coffees and some will ask for stars, but we never came here. Excuse me. We never came here to say, send me $5,000, or I never came here to say, send me $5,000 so I can do hampers for the poor and the poor never get the hampers. Or for me to come and say, send me another $5,000. There are people who need to have surgery and they never have surgery. And the young people are watching the same people who want to act self-righteous support wrong. The young people are watching you. So when you dress in your three-piece suit, this is why I come here. Dress nicely, elegantly, casual, because this is me. I am not going to put on for anybody. Not now, not ever. And these same people dress up nice, they go to church or they're in their big jobs and you're supporting wrong. Your staff are looking at you when you do that. People are looking at you when you do these things, when you support wrong. And there was a survey that said St. Lucia falls within the second to last low IQ. St. Lucians are very intelligent people, but some people choose to turn a blind eye when truth stares them in the face. I refuse to be part of anything that is wrong. Not now, not ever. And when you come on this show, it is to open your mind and it is for you to learn. And I want to show you every scam have red flags. And all the red flags are in your faces. But you know what? Manipulation. And I want to be associated with this person because of that person. And I do not want to come out of character to say this is wrong because everybody will castigate me or put me on a side. They did put me on a side because I stood up for truth. I will not partake in anything that is wrong. I stand on the side of truth and righteousness. And I am going to show you the video. And you need to listen. Sometimes when the video playing, all of y'all disappear and go. Because you know what? My show is different. And somebody said to me after my show on Monday, the person said, so, Their attention span is very limited, so they will not be able to sit and listen to your show. They like the roro, they like the gossip. No roro gossip. We're showing you the facts that you can go home tonight or share the live or the video, whatever, with your family and friends, so they too will not be conned out of their dollars, their hard-earned money. Take a listen.
Back 50 years ago, there were con men, and that stood for confidence man. They were well-dressed, they had a great vocabulary, they were a very likable person, and that's how they swindled you. But they had to do that one-on-one. They had to be standing in front of you. The difference today, 50 years later, is that they're in a kitchen with a cup of coffee on their laptop in their pajamas in Moscow. And that gets very scary. So they will take you for everything you have without any compassion whatsoever. Most people know me from the movie Catch Me If You Can. You know, between 16 to 21, I impersonated an airline pilot, a doctor, a lawyer. I wrote $2.5 million worth of bad checks. I was arrested when I was 21 years old. When I was 26 years old, the government offered to take me out of prison on the condition I go to work with an agency of the federal government for the remainder of my sentence. I agreed. I've been working with the FBI now for about 43 years. In every scam, no matter how sophisticated or how amateur, there are two red flags. The first red flag is at some point I'm going to ask you to give me money, and the money has to be immediately. You have to give me a credit card right now on the phone. You have to give me a bank account number. You have to stay on the phone with me and go down to Walmart and buy a green dot card, and then when you get through the cashier, read me the number on the back. Everything is this moment, and the minute anyone's asking you for money and it's immediate, that's a big red flag. A perfect example of these romance scams that have doubled in the last 2 or 3 years. You never met him, you don't know who he really is, and now he's asking you for $35,000. The other red flag is at some point in the conversation, I'm going to start asking you personal information. So I may call and say, I'm from your bank's fraud department, we detected fraud on your credit card, and I'll have a whole conversation with you, but then before it ends, I'll say to you, now Mrs. Jones, just to make sure you actually have your card in your possession, can you turn it over and read the 3 digits to me on the back of the card? So I'm going to ask you for a social security number, a date of birth, personal information. You didn't solicit that call. You didn't solicit that email. You have no idea who's on the other end of that phone. You never want to part with any money or any information. Those are the 2 red flags, the most important red flags to remember.
So you heard what the gentleman said. He impersonated pilot, doctor, all different kind of people. He impersonated them. And he is saying to you, and I hope you are taking notes, and that you are smart, or you will go after the show and be more prudent who or you give your money. Because what the gentleman was saying, one of the key red flags is that I need the money immediately. I need the money immediately. Because this person needs it, this person needs it, this person has no food, this person has no shelter, this person needs food. I am going to this place to bring food for this person. I need this person, I need the money for this person. Hurry, hurry, hurry. This is a big red flag, because if you are doing something for somebody and you are getting donations from different places, you'll wait until you get the bulk of donation to do what you have to do. But to pressure individual people to send money, I need it now, this is a scam. And St. Lucians need to understand that we have many bona fide charitable organizations in St. Lucia. Why not give them your money? Why not give them your money? And this is one of the critical red flags. Send me money, I need it, I mean. And always saying to you, the children need toys for Christmas. Excuse me. The children need toys for Christmas. The children, the elderly are hungry. They need food. They need hampers for Christmas. And every time saying, sell me money, sell me money, sell me money. I will show you other videos later. Sell me money, give me this, give me that. Anybody who is true, anybody who is just will not do that. And any responsible solution will not be part of this, because at the end of the day, the recipients of those donations were left without anything. The recipients of those donations were left without nothing. How do you feel as someone with a PhD, as a CEO, as a business owner, as an ex-banker or whatever? How do you feel that you were part of a con and still is part of a con? Because you refuse to stand for righteousness, not because somebody is your friend, that you cannot say to them, hey, I don't want to be part of this. I do not hate you, but I do not want to be part of this. And other people are suffering because of me encouraging you in your actions. Get out of here. We cannot want to feed ourselves so much because the person is singing our ideology that we turn a blind eye. You must be fair. You must be just in everything that you do. Anybody that's your friend and always telling you, everything you're doing is right, or they know what you're doing is wrong, but they say, nada, you're in trouble. That's not a friend. That's not a friend. That's an enemy. And then we ask ourselves, why all institutions are crumbling? Government, banks, this, that is crumbling. Because when they hire these people, you know of their backgrounds, but you say nothing. You let it pass under the table. And we want the young people to be nice, to be respectful, when you, who claim to be so educated, do not display that level of intelligence. We must not want something so bad that we are willing to destroy our own credibility just because this is what I want. It's the same way a man may not be the right person for you, but because you want him, you will go, you'll do hell and earth, everything, move heaven and earth, to all sorts of things to get it, but he ain't right for you. You know he is a woman beater. You know he doesn't take care of his children by providing the financial support, the monthly financial support for them. But yet, you follow them. You embrace them. You love them. How we expect society to get any better when those that's supposed to know better not doing better? Too many people have been scammed out of their medical money, out of their hamper money, out of all sorts of money. And it would be remiss of me and ridiculous of me if I didn't come here to speak to you openly and boldly. What is going on with you, St. Lucians? It's time that we settle and realize, hey, we need to do better. We can argue about things on an intellectual basis, but when you start arguing about things with your feelings, you will not win. you will not win. You need to take 10 steps backwards. And one thing I have realized about my people and about, St. Lucians, they don't like to speak up. Like, I'm speaking up because I'm bold, I'm beautiful, I'm powerful. I will speak. The reason why people don't like to speak out, because they will lose friends. It's okay to lose friends. When I used to do my other shows, I used to have like 1,255, 2,100 people watching me. But my character means everything to me. If I don't believe in the narrative I was speaking before or selling to you, why should I stay there? This is what you call integrity and good character. When something is not right and you know it's not right, you back away. Even if the whole world come against you, the Holy Spirit and God is going to guide you. And people will respect you more. Even if they may not tell it to you or they may say things about it, they will respect you more for realizing, hey, I have erred on this and this is not what it seems to be. And you take another route. And I pat myself on the shoulder for not being carried away to stay within the ideology and philosophy of something I did not believe in again. You must be bold enough to take a stand. The young people are watching. And let me tell you, scammers and con artists are very creative. They realize that, okay, I scammed them once, but they still love me. They're still with me. They still love me. The scammer is going to get another way to scam you. And I'm happy I'm doing the show here tonight. So when you are scammed again, it is because of you and nobody else. Once bitten, twice shy. And sometimes people are afraid to disassociate themselves with things that are wrong because of shame. Because I've said so much about this person, so much about that person. It is better you bow out of something that is not right than to stay within it. It is sad, and we are quick to blame the ghetto youths. Oh, it's the ghetto youths going and rob, and the ghetto youths going and do this. Whereas on Facebook, we see the higher echelons of society supporting something that is wrong with no shame. How can our country progress? And then we want to blame government for everything. No. No. I said no. Internalize. Those fingers pointing at everybody, internalize it. Start with you. No government can work miracles for you. Nobody can work miracles for you. The only person that can work miracles for you is you internalizing and changing your life, changing your ways. It's got to be a you situation, and not you and the world. It's a you situation. So until each and every one of us internalize and look at ourselves, search our souls, search our hearts, our country cannot get better. We want the Prime Minister to solve crime. We want the Prime Minister to do everything. But what are you doing for you to change yourself and put yourself in a position to progress? And it is sad. It is sad. It is sad that people cannot understand this simple concept. It starts with you. It starts with you to say, okay, I am joining hands to ensure that people are not scammed again. People are not conned out of their money. We clap for wrong things. We are aiding and abetting things that are not right. Because if I came here and I said to you, I am doing a fundraiser for somebody who needs to have a kidney surgery and that person needs like $50,000, and I received that $50,000 via GoFundMe or whatever, and I take that money to do my personal business and not transfer that money to the sick patient, I am a con artist. And what about this that people are not understanding? And let me tell you how people cover sin, how people cover wrongdoing. Oh, that happened. That happened 2 years ago. That happened 2 years ago. So it shows you that even if something happened 2 years ago and it's now continuing for the past year or so, they will close their eyes and turn a blind eye. Even those who are privy to the situation are accomplices in not busting the scammer. By staying silent means you condone wrongdoing. I had to come in to speak about this because we need to speak out on wrong things. We need to talk when wrong things are happening. And because good people like myself who comes here, speak to you and ask you to buy a coffee which is legitimate, cannot be tarnished by the con artist. And we form hate groups against people who speak the truth. I will not speak the common narrative. I will speak truth to you. I am teaching you tonight, and I am going to show you another video. What psychological traits does the con artist look for in victims? Let me tell you, and we can see it. Let me tell you. Some of you don't read. Some of you just there watching Magie in Papi Show, Roro. Hey, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for this. And the con artists realize that they all love that language that is being spoken by the con artist. So all of them embrace the con artist. Or he's still, or she is still singing our philosophy. So let us join him and her. Let us stay with her. So you see how corruption starts. Breathing corruption. Take a listen of that video.
One of the hallmarks of the good con artist is that it never feels like they're taking advantage of you. They are never taking anything from you. You give it to them willingly. So actually the term confidence artist came out of a man in the 1800s in New York City who would walk around on the streets of Manhattan dressed as a very dapper gentleman, and he'd approach other likewise dapper gentlemen and say, have you the confidence in me to lend me your watch until tomorrow? I mean, what a strange request, right? And so much is it's such a loaded question. You know, what kind of a person are you? What kind of a world and society do we live in? Are you abiding by the gentleman's code of conduct? You know, are you going to trust me? Are you going to give me your confidence? Well, people would give him their watches, and he obviously had no intention of ever giving them back. By the time that he was finally caught, he had lots of watches to his name and gave birth to the name Confidence Man. You give them your confidence. They don't take it. You give them money. They never take it from you. I mean, think about someone like Bernie Madoff. People had to beg to invest with him. He would say no. He would turn them away. Sometimes people waited for years before he finally accepted their money. And he did it, as if he were doing them a huge favor. Okay, fine. I'll take your money. And they were so grateful. Please take more, Bernie, take more. Because he was doing them such a huge favor. One of the hallmarks of the confidence artist is something called Machiavellianism. It has to do with manipulating people for your own ends, getting them to do what you want them to do, but without their knowledge, so that they don't realize they're being manipulated, so that they think that everything they're doing is of their own volition. People hate feeling manipulated. The moment you think you're being manipulated, you drop out. You say, hey, no one tells me what to do. Who are you to manipulate me? And so the con doesn't work. So the trick is, how do I, give you the germ of the idea so that you think it's your idea? How do I set up a situation so that it's your proposal, not my proposal, so that you're the one who's in charge? You would be shocked if anyone told you otherwise. In fact, oftentimes when people say, hey, do you realize that this might be a con? You'll laugh and you say, absolutely not. Are you insane? This is totally legitimate. Besides, it was my idea. We are fully capable of understanding that if something is too good to be true, it is, if it's happening to someone else. But when it's happening to us, we can't be objective because nothing is too good for us. We deserve it. So, you might look at someone else and say, what were your stock market returns last year? That's a little bit crazy. Are you sure this guy's legit? When it's happening to you, you say, oh, I know how to pick them. I invested my money with the right guy. Look at those returns. See, he knows what he's doing. And if someone tells you, aren't those a bit too good? You say, what, are you jealous that you didn't invest with him? You probably are wishing you were in my shoes right now. We don't listen to reason because we deserve it. We're exceptional, so we deserve exceptional things. It's not too good to be true. It's just good. And when things are going well, we don't ask questions. We only ask questions when they're not going so well.
And this is what happened to them. Trust me. Give me your donations. And what all of them did, they just gave their trust. They were manipulated. They gave their confidence over to somebody else. When the con is happening to you, you are in denial. When the con is happening to you, you are in denial. You are looking for all excuses to blame people instead of saying, hey, Briggs, stop. This cannot be right. This is not right. And there is a fraud department right in the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, and anybody who was scammed, money sent to various people to help the sick, the elderly, the vulnerable, and that money was not given to you or it has never reached your destination, you need to go to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, the fraud unit, and make your complaint. And one thing I can tell you, they're not playing when it comes to fraud. They are going to get up from their laurels and investigate it. They do not play when it comes to fraud. So if you didn't know, you know, and the things we're supposed to be talking about, we're quarreling about all sorts of foolishness. The things that are grave that we need to talk about. There is fraud happening every day to innocent people. Many people need money for medical expenses, for food, for this, for that. And people confronting that they are helping them. And then when you hear the shout, there's no money. So any and everybody who has been conned, who has been scammed from donations meant for them, go to the fraud unit. Go, and the police will investigate it. Many of you don't know that because you're just sitting listening to things that don't educate you and edify you. And it's going to continue. A new scam is going to come. But you must be prepared. Give your monies, right? Give your monies to bona fide charitable organizations. And usually when there is something they do, if somebody has a medical emergency, they open an account at one of the banks and you go put your monies there for the person. Giving your monies I like that drink a lot. I'm not going to say the company's name, but that company will have to sponsor my show. I need some ads from that company. I will tell you, it's Angostura Chill, limes and bitters. I really love it. And as I said to you, I was not feeling too good, so I am drinking this to feel a little better. So Angostura Chill, I need to find out who you are for you to sponsor my show, because I was drinking. You know, you can sponsor me by giving me drinks. That was a passer. But if you continue to feed the beast, the con beast, the con artist beast, the scammers, if you continue to feed them, they'll find new ways to steal your money. And when I see men who say they preach the word of God, or women who say they love God, tolerate this foolishness, it means our country, St. Lucia, is in serious trouble. And the con artists always try to make the person who is doing their things legally, try to make you believe that person themselves is a con artist. How foolish can one be? How foolish and silly can one be? Wake up, St. Lucians, wake up. We're not daft. They said we are the second to the last in low IQ. I don't think so. I believe St. Lucians just do not like the truth. If the truth is not their reality, they don't care. Their reality is believing whatever a con artist say to them. I'm preaching to you tonight. It is sad everybody has just gone AWOL, off the bend. It is just ridiculous. And the con artists, along with all their friends, will form a hate group against those who are legit in doing what they're doing. Proper talk show hosts who can come and really give information and broaden your thinking, your perspective on things. They will try to tarnish your name. A con artist is very cunning, conniving, and devious. Don't be conned out of your money. Don't be conned out of your money. You cannot say you're selling fish, and when I come for the fish, you're giving me worms. You cannot say, send me money for a sick person, and the monies never reach the sick person. You cannot tell me, send me monies to help the elderly fix their house or put light or something in their house, and it's not being done. But what the con artists sometimes don't realize, the people who support the con artists have another agenda to further. Hey, ha, ha. Sell me money, sell me this, sell me that. When I did my last show, that was topper show. Lots of research, lots of stuff, and you had to support the show. It was brilliant, and this one is even more brilliant. Anybody can be on the Sohria Alexander Show. It's a broad show. We're not a political show. We don't have time for politics, but we'll come and discuss the issues. We will come and discuss the issues. Be very wary. Sometimes you'll sit at work and you know your friends are doing wrong things or your colleagues are doing wrong things, and you say nothing. Monies are being pilfered from your employer. You said nothing. Taking a roll of toilet paper from your employer is stealing. Taking a packet of A4 paper, typing paper is stealing. Taking a box of juice is stealing. And people will see that and say nothing. We must stop this kind of behavior. If you need something, ask. Say, I need it. Do not say, I need it for an old lady. Do not say, I need it for a child, for toys. If you need something, ask for yourself. And then it would just be egregious of me. It would have just been moronic of me. It would have just been stupid of me if I did not address this issue. And when I address it, the information is on YouTube, it's on my Facebook page for you to go and see and rewind and send to your friends again. Spinning top in mud. And I am going to show you another video. And that's the last one. Why so many people are falling for Zelle scams and how to protect yourself. You know, it is just amazing. You just see, you do not know this person from anywhere, but then you are so invested because you all share the same philosophy. You are willing to put your neck on the line for something that is wrong. Take a listen.
The free payment app Zelle is making news, but for all the wrong reasons. It seems every week there's a new report of someone saying that they've been scammed out of thousands of dollars.
So consumer reporter John Matarese shows how you can protect yourself.
Zelle is an easy way to send money, but scammers are using it more and more often to steal your money.
I was contacted by someone from a Wells Fargo phone number that told me that they were a Wells Fargo representative and that I had fraud.
Megan McDonald received a text that appeared to come from her bank. Panicked, she gave her account info and lost $3,000 through a Zelle transfer. Last year, Katina Brown fell victim to the same text.
It's saying, did you try to Zelle $5,000? And I was like, no.
She gave her account number and lost $1,000. Damon Lander was another victim.
They changed my username, my password, changed my card PIN, set up a Zelle account.
Now, Zelle is run by major banks and is actually very safe from hacking. But in almost all these cases, a customer was convinced through a phone call to give their personal account information to a scammer. Sarah Wetzel with the Better Business Bureau says scammers know peer-to-peer payment services like Zelle and Venmo are convenient. But unlike credit cards, there's little fraud protection.
It's the same old scams that we see. It's just they're asking for payment in different ways.
She says look out for these red flags. The person contacting you is pushy or aggressive. They insist there's no other way to fix the problem, or their message has grammatical errors. Because if you're scammed,
these peer-to-peer payment services are not going to shoulder any losses for a consumer. If you do get scammed out of money, the chances of you getting that back is very unlikely.
So how do you keep this from happening to you? Only use money transfer apps with people you know. If the person needs your account info, look up the bank's phone number yourself and call them. Chances are your bank will say there's nothing wrong, and that way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
So tonight I have shown you so many videos and I have spoken to you. Be careful of the scammers. They are very pushy and aggressive, as we have all seen and as we have all heard. They are very pushy and aggressive. And the scammer or the con artist always want to make him or herself look better than the legit people. It's a movement to fool you. When are we going to do better? And first thing we said, we with our tuxedos in town, our tie and coat, our 2-piece, 3-piece suit, we walking all over, looking expensive perfume, and then we support wrongdoing. How can we move forward as a people when we continue to support wrongdoing? The show tonight was to open up your thinking. Excuse me. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to stand alone and stand for righteousness. Because let me tell you something, if you post a bacchanal or roro, oh, everybody will be there. Everybody will like 1,000 likes. But when you post reality for people to think, they do not like that kind of discourse. They do not like this kind of discourse. They prefer the roro, the bacchanal, the drama. My show and that. We are here so that you can open your minds. Free yourself, free your mind from mental slavery. The only acceptance you need in this life, is yourself, loving yourself. And you know, your Heavenly Father is there guiding you. Acceptance for yourself. Everybody wants everybody to love them. Everybody wants everybody to like them. Everybody wants everybody to be their friend. Everybody cannot be everything to you. Everybody cannot be your friend. The best friend you have is your self-esteem and believing in yourself. I hope tonight was an encouragement to you to think differently, be smarter. Yes, I can support this, but if it's wrong, I want no part of it. Change. There must be a change in our thinking. I hope this show touch your soul, open your minds. I hope it did. And thanks to everybody. And remember, as I say, the show is a show to make you think. And you will see me again. When will you see me? Remember, we're on Liberty FM 92.3 FM. To all my listeners, I'm hearing you'll love the show. Thanks for loving the show. It's going to be nice and feisty. You know, my show is my personality, who I am. No fluff, no bluff here. And we want to thank you for listening on Liberty 92.3 FM. I would like to thank my YouTubers and my Facebookers. And with this, I'll say good night. See you Monday. See you Monday, same time here at 9 p.m. Bye.